whisper it. Ooh, 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 toy rage.
Welcome to Toy Rage Podcast. I am a host, Andrew DeLucky.
Wait, hold
And
on.
I'm joined by
Michael Giangrasso.
welcome host
Wait.
Michael Giangrasso.
Wait. Shh.
Why are we
Okay,
doing
that's
this?
better. Because
People can see
I almost made a very loud noise. Because I tried to share this to my Facebook and it didn't work out that well.
Oh, I see your mouse icon just going all over the screen.
Oh, that's what I do. I take my mouse
Hi,
icon and I stick it all
Frodo.
over the place.
I miss you. And I miss that you could potentially make me food. I'm starving.
Did you see what she made the other day?
Yeah?
It was some good
Why
stuff.
is it not in my house?
You don't have a house anymore, Andrew.
What's going on?
There we go.
We're back!
Yeah.
We're
The
back!
problem is that so many people tried to come
back.
Oh.
We're back! We're back! We're back!
in. Is that
I
the
think
song?
maybe the song.
That does not sound like Beyonce.
Toy Rage. If I were a boy, Toy Rage, even just for a day, I would bitch and moan about games and videos and movies and
Toy Rage.
the lack of Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Oh,
my
important
song.
question. What's in the glass today?
Oh, ho, ho. What is in the glass today? I have discovered a concoction that is quite delectable.
Please
Quite.
share.
And I will share it with the rest of the world.
Okay.
So, as you all know, we have a friend named Jeff, and Jeff frequently has life failures, but recently he has a life success, and he found something called, and introduced me to, bi-cocoa fusions. Mike, do you know what bi-cocoa fusions are?
It's
You know the drink bi?
Yeah, it's with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, that's it. It's just his man juice in a bottle. Blech. Okay.
I what? his what?
What? So BAI makes these things called cocoa fusions, which is like coconut water type drinks. All right. And if you mix cocoa fusion with any dark rum, you have an instant rum punch or pina colada. And it is phenomenal.
Yeah?
I will say this again. It is phenomenal.
Is Andrew so soft-spoken? No.
No, I like to talk right into the mic.
Yeah.
I don't like to yell.
No.
Just outside of the mic.
No,
I like to just talk into the mic because I
When-
can be loud.
When we go to parties, Andrew, when he talks to somebody, that's like literally how far away he is from the person when he talks.
I like to touch noses with people.
It's like, Jeff, thank you for the cocoa infusion.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
Jeff, I just want to say something about your cocoa fusion.
Yeah.
It's delightful.
I love it.
I love it. I love your cocoa fusion.
Gross. I thought you were gonna say Jeff had an accomplishment called his game topper, which he brought up again today.
Oh yeah, he has a game topper.
It's
And
like
the topic. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. It looks pretty cool. I haven't tried it, and probably not.
Do you think Maria would have a better time playing Rising Sun on the game topper than off of the game topper?
I only think Maria will have a great time playing Rising Sun if Jeff explained the instructions all over again to her. Now that she knows how to play the game, have Jeff actually say the instructions to see if those correlate.
No.
Because that's the best part about playing games with Jeff. It's not actually playing the game with Jeff. It's trying to decipher what he thinks the game rules are, or how he explains the game rules.
I thought the
That
game took longer than 4
so
hours.
long. It
That-
took more than 4 hours.
It was at my going away party, when I was leaving New York to go to North Carolina.
Oh my god, this is so good. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And that game was forever.
We didn't talk with anybody at the party.
What's your crucial question? I'm Mike.
I'm Andrew.
He's Andrew.
And this is Toy Rage.
Stay tuned for Boy Toy Rage after the show. Where Maria? I thought that said nice sausage.
Puise Maria.
Do you run ads on the YouTube? Yes, because in 15 years, I hope to get $100 that I can withdraw and embezzle the money for myself and not share with anybody.
including me.
Do we
Thanks,
not
Mike.
monetize? No, we monetize.
We try to monetize, yes.
We try. We get like a penny a video. We're on the way to. Do we spend money on ads? No. We don't spend money. Not on that. On Facebook promotions, if it's really good, we do. Have we spent money on ads? No. There's.
We are a unintentional non-for-profit organization.
Why would we pay for ads?
As in, we have no profit.
Wait, do you mean you ask because? Okay, this is important. Oh, are you saying that do we pay so we can advertise on other people? Because we should do that to keep
Yeah,
scale.
because that would be smart.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're a awesome non-for-profit, meaning we will never we don't have any profit.
Andrew, are you reading this?
What?
He asked because he was on a Forbes article and our bonus episode show. Oh, that was a Facebook boosted ad. I think I did for that post.
We do Facebook boosts.
Yes, occasionally. If it's something I really like, and I really enjoyed the bonus episode, which by the way, you guys, T3G Media, it was a great conversation that you guys had last week. He runs Forbes, actually. That's what I'm getting from
Forbes.
this.
I am Mr.
Andrew
Forbes.
is Forbes. Sorry, Andrew is Forbes. He is Mr. Forbes.
I am Mr. Forbes.
Emphasis on the BS part of it. So,
It's
if you guys didn't check out,
it is BES, Michael.
It is-
It is BES.
just whatever. Oh my god,
Hi, I'm Mr. Forbes. BES.
that is this anime.
I'm frequently confused with the Mr. Forbes BS.
I'm not. It's not the dude. Yeah, I'm the dude, not dude.
Not dude.
I am the BS.
I'm not
the BS.
Forbes. I am the Forbes. Thank you.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. It's bullshit.
Bullshit. which will be
This
a
is
shirt.
an excellent drink. Look. I'm already almost halfway done with this. This may be a 2-part series with this drink. I may need to get another one.
I'm jealous. The only drink I have is this candle.
You should really try, Mike. I think you would thoroughly enjoy this drink.
It smells delicious.
It's very tropically. I feel like I'm at a resort, except I have a giant mic and a bearded fat man in front of me.
Wait, am I the giant Mike?
Yes, and I'm the giant fat man.
But you don't have a beard. Wow. Speaking of making fun of ourselves, where's Ari? Oh man, what a night.
So
Terrible.
we had a lot of banter right there. So let's do something else, and actually become a web show again.
Okay.
Mike, what's on our topic of conversations tonight?
So we're going to be talking about 99 Vidas, which is a free game for PlayStation, which you guys should download for this month if you're a PS Plus member.
That's why I did the Beyonce song, because I tried to go with like Jay-Z, Beyonce, 99 Vidas, but
and we're
the
going to be
joystick
talking.
ain't one. I don't know.
Well, no, that's why I want Nintendo Labo came out, and I wanted to talk about that. Only for the reason of I want to be able to name this episode 99 Vidas, but a Switch ain't one. That is my ultimate goal. So, I mean, if you want to start off with the Nintendo Labo, did you buy a Nintendo Labo?
Fuck no.
Would you buy a Nintendo Labo? Because you get to be a robot made out of cardboard.
No.
Then that is all the Nintendo Labo talk we need to do. That is suffice for the 99 Vidas, but a Switch ain't one. Although in other Switch
here's
news,
what I don't understand. So I read like a few articles, and it's supposedly booming in Japan. It is beyond comprehension booming.
Japan loves this kind of stuff. Totally. For a long time, like the PlayStation Vita was doing better than the 3DS because it's just visuals. Where one of the biggest accomplishments for the Switch was really just like being better than the Vita, as it goes for a better looking portable system. Because even though the 3DS had, better games and everything and much better support in the United States than the Vita had, the Vita was just a more powerful system, could do better with the graphics, and it was way prettier, which people like. I mean, if you've seen some of these import games, like one of Maria's favorite, Honey Pop.
I gotta say it. 99 Vidas, but the PS Vita went. Yes.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Maria. That was too many syllables.
You didn't give me time to say it. Because you're talking about shitty Labo.
I need to be able to name this episode 99 Vidas, but Switch ain't one. Although I should emphasize Vidas.
Vidas.
No, I forgot who.
Living la vida. Oh, that would have been another great song.
Living la 99 Vidas Loca.
Living la 99 vida loca.
I hope the developer for them come in. I want to talk to them about stuff. Then no, Maria. I think it's Matt that likes Honey Pop Studio. I keep forgetting. I forgot which one. But in other what's it called? Switch news. Very sad news for Andrew. A game for Switch was unfortunately delayed to summer. I think it was supposed to come out late this month or mid-May.
What game are we talking about?
So Dark Souls, you're going to have to wait to play Dark Souls
no,
Remastered.
Please, don't make me wait for Dark Souls. Please, stop, Mike. No, Mike, please.
I know, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait to break your $300 Nintendo system.
Please, don't make me...
But that's, that's a good segue, I think.
To what? Why no one should play Dark Souls?
First of all, everyone should play Dark Souls.
It is such
an amazing game. You're right.
Of that game doesn't make any sense.
It is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. There's been beautiful games that aren't as... What's the correct word?
Awesome. Amazing.
Makes you want to punch a grandmother.
There are grandmas in the game, so I believe you on that. But so
did you punch the grandma?
No, I sent a fireball at her.
Oh, classy.
Glowing moon sword, bro. Glowing moon sword. But that's actually a good topic if we're going to try to segue into something. We're talking about punching grandmas. It depends on the grandma. See that?
And we'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that. One of our friends,
my grandma once.
Frodo, say hi. She posted something that Tori, my girlfriend, was talking about a little bit before. She wanted to talk about it and maybe bring it up here, where I'm just going to ad-lib this, where there's a lot of gamers out there right now.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can copy and paste it into. No, keep on going. I'm going to just try and see if I can copy and paste it.
Where gamers feel left out because they're not good enough and so they don't get the golden weapon, or they're upset when people go too hard and beat them. Like people are just too, too skilled for them and they're just not good enough, whatever. Where, she said video games are not designed to reward people for trying. You get rewarded if you're good. It's not a utopia where everyone else tells you that you're special and amazing for trying your best. Just chill out and try to stop and trying to make video games, whatever. So it's really just, there are some games, and this, when reading this really brought out, is this about Overwatch? Yes. I think that's where I kind of started. But it's for a lot of different games. The game that came to my head first was Monster Hunter and Cuphead. Cuphead was infamously, I need to mute that girl. Cuphead was infamously looked down upon, and it got some negative reviews because it was so hard to play.
It's so good though.
It's really good. Yes. Well, it's James. Billy's not that bad, but James is the real.
Who is Billy?
It's Billy.
T3. It's James.
James is the guy. Like, if you're gonna be listening to this podcast, it's James.
It's fucking James.
Go to the store, buy the James shirt. By the way,
Fuck
this
your
is
All right, that's what I have to say about that.
Oh, Ari's here. Hi, Ari. But there are a lot of games where, God of War. Just to briefly bring it up, there is a really easy mode of it that's makes combat very, very easy. Apparently, and games that have like a good story like that, like I don't mind when they have like a super easy mode or like a story. Andrew was crying before he got over it.
Yeah, I just started drinking, and the
yeah.
tears just fell into my drink, and then I consumed them and turned them into happiness.
So he's feeding on his own tears, which is wonderful, and because it's mixed with rum. So tears, by, and rum. A+ drink. We'll call it the Andrew.
Pina colada plus tears equals
Andrew the Lucky. which could be anything. But that's one of the things. Like when Cuphead came out, there were a good amount of people that were saying that the game is bad because it's too hard. Same thing with people who are point like Dark Souls as well. But I remember for Cuphead a little bit more. Maybe because it looked kind of kiddish and childish because of the cartoons and everything. Where Dark Souls is a much more mature looking game. Maybe that didn't get as much. But no, you can draw Cuphead. You probably are a Cuphead. See, she's a very passionate person about this. But it's not all games are supposed to be catering, I think, to every single person. It really does depend on the game.
Now here's my interpretation of what she kind of said. And it's not I think single player games are different beasts in this category. I think now correct me if I'm wrong because Frodo's here. I thought you were talking about multiplayer games such as your Counter-Strikes, your Overwatch, your WoWs, your whatever you want to, the multiplayer online arena, because I don't know, like I think that's already an arena where naturally the better players are on top. What in certain instances where at least you can't just like buy your way, like there's games out there that you can buy your way to the top. We get that, but I think that's more of a prevalent problem as far as multiplayer online games, but we're not going to get into that topic. But I still feel like the skill, like a skill tree is already built into those games where you can't really bitch about being not good because you're not actually good against other players. Now, the loot part, that's an interesting point because now you're saying like, well, if you're not good enough, you can't get the loot in the game. And I think that's a generational thing where, people, I don't know. I see both sides of the topic because I see one part that says, yeah, you should be earning this stuff. You shouldn't just automatically get it and deserve loot. But the other part of me is saying, well, if you pay for this game, you should be getting everything that you paid for. And there's a balance there for me.
Well,
do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I paid for something, but I want everything that I feel like I paid for.
Yeah.
Whether that be the bonuses or not. Absolutely not. That's cool. I mean, you can disagree.
It's a hard topic because you can come at it from a couple different ways. I think right now, Maria, and let me know for this, when she's talking about like Overwatch and Golden Weapons, for example, like bronze will only get, if you play some bronze, maybe like 250 competitive points at the end of a season, and you're not going to get many competitive points during the season itself because you're bronze, you might not be winning too often. Or meanwhile, people who are in the Master, Grandmaster, top 500, they're getting guaranteed golden weapon at the end of every season, and the bronze people feel left out, saying, oh, you got these people with all their golden weapons. I play the game just as much as they do. I deserve golden weapons as well. So it's
like having it. Unfortunately, this is why people make fun of kids that have participation trophies. That's literally your championship trophy. That's why you have trophies, because that means they accomplished something you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Done. That's it.
You just get them. So yeah, and that's one of the things I think Maria's talking. We could try to get her in here. You pay for the game for gameplay. Yeah.
But I think that can also be said for like, even for like single player games. Like if you pay for the game, there has to be. I think it's a question of accessibility. I don't think any game is any game that's released out there right now, you can't get these items. It's just a question of timing, and that's where you fall into that slippery slope of saying, well, what's the appropriate amount of time you should play a game and gain all the rewards in the game if you paid for it.
Yeah.
If you paid for it. I don't know. I don't know what that line is.
What about relating this to Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter is a different beast because Monster Hunter is a game about the journey, not your journey to the loot.
Well, let me try to give you a certain situation. Let's just say the one going on, Kulv Right now, there's another dragon that was added to the game that's only going to be here till I think like May 5th, so it's only like 2 weeks.
I'm grinding the shit out of it.
Right? And if you are a low rank hunter, you cannot do this. I think you need to be at least a hunter rank of 50 to participate, 16. I believe. 16?
16, Mike. You only have to be 16. This is not
wow.
like the barrier to entry into this event is less than Devil Joe.
Damn, I thought it was higher than 16.
No.
Oh, I thought. Wow, isn't that a common phrase? Oh man, I thought it was over 16.
No, you just have to be high rank.
Yeah, but it's not easy. Like if you go in there with like low rank stuff,
you're gonna get your ass kicked. But
you get looked the wrong way during anything past phase 1, you're done. And there are definitely going to be some people out there who do not get the armor that's limited to this event, the weapons that are limited to this event, not until it comes back. And for that, you just have to be better. A good example is, let's just say we're playing with someone who's doing the Zora Magdaros quest and gets one shot and fails the quest by fireballs, which is like the easiest quest in the entire game if you're progressing properly.
Oh, I remember this person.
Yeah,
Go ahead, keep continuing.
Where with Monster Hunter, like you definitely have to put in more time and effort. If you just are going and you're not trying to learn what your weapons are, you're not trying to put in the effort to grind the monsters that you need to do to get the certain armor for the resistances and everything, you're not going to get the same type of rewards as someone who is going to be putting in this type of effort, especially because the monsters get harder. And in my opinion, I think that's like a good system where if people are complaining about something like that, they should probably just play like Farmville and just something else.
The popular games are going to be games that are more challenging. Yeah. And that's always going to be the case. I mean, if you take out the idea of achievement or prestige amongst the players, what are you playing towards? You're not really playing towards anything. No. And that's how I see it. So like games like I suck at Overwatch. I wish I could get a golden weapon. But at the same time, I don't even think I deserve the golden weapon. I know where I live. I know where I stand.
You deserve
in the overwhelm.
Don't, Andrew, you deserve golden fingernails with Moira. You know you do.
Look, I may be the best Moira player in the entire world, but it's just a hidden talent. But what I'm getting at is that like it's a generational thing. I don't feel like I deserve that trophy. I didn't come first in the race. I came 200,000 in the race.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I get my participation golden clause.
No, and it's also just like the way we were brought up, where we were brought up on because we're old people. Nintendo games and Genesis games, to the point where there's like the term of it's how hard is it? Oh, it's like Nintendo.
You know what I want these fuckers to do? I want them to play a game where there's no save function. Okay, I want them to play a game where you put the game on. Your mom is calling you for dinner, and you're in the middle of a game, and the only way you can keep that game going is if you press pause
Yeah.
and turn off your television and hope your game system doesn't overheat or shut off inexplicably because your dad doesn't understand the fact that you're in the middle of a game and has no save function.
Your toddler brother ran into it.
That's the bullshit that I want these kids to go through.
And
Go through Super Mario Brothers with no fucking save. That will drive you, and that is where
no warp points
is bred.
No warp points either.
No
Start to finish.
fucking warp.
The
There's no, and here's the other thing. There's no game guides. You can't go online to tell you where the secret passages are. You know why? Because it doesn't exist yet. Oh.
Not for nothing, Andrew. There was the Nintendo hotline.
Not for nothing. There was the Game Genie, and you had to subscribe to the Game Genie booklets and hope your game came with those booklets on a subscription basis.
Or subscribe to Nintendo Power.
And hope the codes were in that issue.
Yeah.
Or Game Pro.
The problem nowadays is oh god, I'm so old.
There's a problem with you kids today. You have no understanding about how games used to be.
The SNES Mini is the same thing. You know, the SNES Mini, even though you can play the SNES games or the NES Mini, there's still the save function, like save states in that.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah.
They should have taken that out
sucks.
And had kids have tantrums. I wanted tantrums, Mike. I wanted the Huffington Post to have kid kills iguana because lost game of Super Mario World.
Yes.
I wanted it.
But talking about hard games, if you want to segue into something else, could segue into 99 Vidas.
But the Switch ain't one.
I got 99 segues, but the Switch doesn't work. Is that how it goes?
Let's talk about non Vidas.
Talk about what?
Non Vidas.
Non Vidas?
Non Vidas.
I'm gonna just reply to these guys and just say that we're
so
talk about
the
99
reason
Vidas.
why we're talking about 99 Vidas is it is, I think it was a free game. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. It was one of the free PS Plus games.
Yes, it was.
For either last month or this month. I can't remember. And
it was this month, I believe. I'll check.
There's a type of game that Mike and I actually do share a giggle button with.
Honey
and
Pop.
That is
Honey Pop. Never mind.
That is the 2D beat 'em up side scroller brawler games.
Mm-hmm.
We love them. There's something to be said about 2D pixelated characters with just the games are always so frustrating because there's no block. There's the hitbox is just a mystery, and
sometimes the AI is just ridiculous.
And the AI is just out of control.
How?
But we play them to no end, and it was my favorite of all time is Mike hates, but I say it, but it's Streets of Rage 3. I love Streets of Rage 3.
What did I say? Hey, I love Streets of Rage 3.
Because I said that Zed is the best character, and you're like, no, you're wrong.
Wait, who's the best character?
Zed. Dr. Zed. He was the guy with the metal arm. He threw the energy ball.
But wait, was that the one you could be the kangaroo?
Yes, you could.
Okay.
The secret code, you could be the kangaroo.
Yeah, there you go. And you could be Skate, the little kid.
And Skate, yes. Blades. No, Skates. Is it Blades or Skates?
What, Skate Blades?
It's Axel. Axel's the Jack guy with the Canadian tuxedo.
No, he just has the white shirt on. Wait, is that
but he has the jean jacket on too.
Does he? Are we talking about no? We're talking about Streets of Rage.
No.
So you have Axel, which is t-shirt, jeans, and a headband. You have Blaze, which is the girl in the red hot pants and the red hot leather shirt. I don't know.
And
Hagar.
the military boots.
The
Don't
military
forget
boots.
the military boots.
And the boots. You know,
She's like pre-Tifa.
Yes, she's like what Tifa wants to be.
If Tifa was too depixelated, you got
Blaze.
Blaze.
And then Hagar.
And then there's Skates, which is basically
Hagar.
Lucio. Is basically fucking Lucio as a child.
Oh, that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do. This was Lucio. And this is Lucio
This is baby Lucio.
How old
baby
do you feel?
Lucio was Blaze and Streets of Rage 3 Epiphany.
Wait. I'm sorry. Did you say Lucio was Blaze in Streets of Rage 3? Because that is quite the transition that he is going through. From being a white brunette woman in combat boots to a
no skates. I'm sorry, skates. I misspoke.
Okay,
I
because that's
misspoke. Well, in today's day and age, you never know.
Well, this was the pixelated day and age. I mean, maybe it was just a poor rendering. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe it was a rendering, Mike.
But this game, 99 Vidas, it has the good parts of the retro and it doesn't have the bad parts of the retro. For example, we grew up on like Mega Man, and I'm bringing these up for a certain reason. Mega Man and Double Dragon, two great classic games. Mega Man 9, I think it was 9 or 10, came out, and it was like back to the old version. And same thing with Double Dragon, where it's Double Dragon 4. Now, they made the games look and play like the original ones. The problem is the original ones sucked when it came to that BS lag that happened. That was horrible. Where you're playing the game, like Double Dragon was fantastic, Mega Man was fantastic, but there was times where there's like 3 guys on the screen and they do like a special move and it's just like super slow and choppy. It's terrible. But with 99 Vidas, they kept the retro style, but there's no slowdown.
There's no slowdown.
No.
And
also, QuByte Games is here. They are the people who they developed, or did you guys publish it?
I'm just gonna give you a round of applause.
Yes.
I'm giving you a round of applause.
By the way, I only got up to stage 3. I'm not that far. So,
I barely beat the first boss because he is so hard. I love it.
What, the Bob owner?
Yeah, the guy that owns.
Bob owner was in bed. Did you get to the end of the second board?
No.
Oh, fuck that guy. It's hard. It's hard D. It's this gay biker, who he drinks like rainbow oil, and he has these like hot pants. He kind of reminds me of Mr. Slave from South Park. But he's such a bullshit boss because you hit him twice. You hit him twice, and then he does a like a little like ballet spin and an explosion, and like knocks everything away. So you have to like hit him once and then run, and then he does cartwheels from one oil barrel to the other oil barrel.
Oh, I did face that guy.
Did you?
I didn't think he was a boss. I thought he was like a mini boss.
He's a boss because after that, then you get to the bonus stage, which is awesome.
Yes.
But oh my god, that guy was such a pain in the ass.
So going back, these are the games I love.
Oh, totally.
I don't know why. It's like, give me Turtles, Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time over Dark Souls any day of the week. I love.
Pause. Future debate we're gonna have, Andrew.
Yes.
And maybe if T3 wants to get on this, Turtles in Time versus Hyperstone Heist. We'll talk about that.
Versus what?
Versus Hyperstone Heist.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in the future because those are
That
two
or
very
Final
good games. Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist. There was the Genesis one, which was Hyperstone Heist, I believe.
Yeah.
And then the Super Nintendo one was Turtles in Time, I believe.
Yeah.
I have to remember which one it is. And they both came out at the same time, and it was very confusing, which is why I'm being confused with it. No, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
No, not the movie.
Not the movie.
No, sir. We're talking about one of the greatest side-scroller brawlers of all time.
Yes. Maximum Carnage.
Fuck that game. Oh my god.
That's another one.
But you know what? But Maximum Carnage had a block. That's the thing. At least Maximum Carnage had a block. But you want to talk about a game plagued with lag. That game is just... It just stops.
I used to play Maximum Carnage on Super Nintendo. I think it was as Venom, because you skip several boards because Spider-Man was captured.
Yeah.
So
So
whatever.
good.
Anyway, let's get back to 99 Vidas. It's got a regular kind of like BS type of story, which I love. There's this artifact called 99 Vidas, which is supposed to be super powerful, and if it ever gets into the
It's
wrong
like
hands,
One Piece, but it is attainable.
yes, it's an obtainable One Piece. Anyway, you got these like schlubby guardians who are just like, they're the guardians, or they're supposed to be protecting it, but everyone forgot about the artifact except for the boss. There was one man, this fat bald dude. Thing of Kingpin wasn't actually strong. That's this guy, right?
Got it.
And he got 99 Vidas and he has an army, but these guardians are just like, oh crap, now we got to go and we got to go save the day again, whatever. And you have a choice from I think 6 different characters.
I only have 4 right now.
Well, there's 6.
I know there's 6, but I only have.
You have 6 to choose from. You have the 4 guys, and then you have 2 girls to choose from. When you're choosing a character, it says like there's an unknown character. If you keep scrolling past there, then you'll be able to have 2 more new characters.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't go that far.
But like the girl who's the Thunder Girl looks exactly the same. Doesn't look exactly the same. She's the same as the Thunder guy, and then there's a Water Girl, which is the same as the Water guy. They're the same stats. I don't know what the difference is. But
one's a guy and one's a girl, Michael.
Yeah, gameplay wise, Andrew.
There is none, Michael.
Thanks, biology. Thanks for that. I'm
glad we clarified that.
Yeah, glad we clarified that. I remember when someone said, "What's the difference between like a boy and a girl?" I said one has 10 bones, the other has 11. Something stupid. I don't know, but someone laughed at it. Probably you. Who knows?
Yeah, probably me. I was probably drunk too, so it didn't make sense.
So that's why they're equal, Mr. Vegetables. So the good thing about the game is when you're playing the game, in between each board, your score actually translates to spendable points. So you think you're getting like an actual score number, you're really developing like a currency in the game.
Yeah.
And you, at the end of each board, you can upgrade your abilities, you can buy new abilities, or you can buy extra lives. And I died on Mr. Hardy, the stupid biker boss. And I'm like, great, well, there goes all that stuff. I turn it on again today, and I can continue from that board. So I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I can just, why the hell am I even buying lives? I'll just buy upgrades. Don't do that. That's the stupidest thing. Because this game gets you the first time.
You're supposed to get 99 Vidas, Mike. It's in the title.
First of all, I don't even... I hope there's an achievement. You can get a platinum trophy in this, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. There's a ton of trophies in this thing. So I also need to find out what the number... Do you know exactly what the number is on the middle of the screen? Like, it looks like a timer. But
I thought it's the guys that are remaining. Because every time I beat somebody, that thing went down.
Sometimes it goes down for me. Sometimes it doesn't. It's... I don't know. I know that these guys are coming like in and out. But QuByte, if you guys are here and you want to explain this stuff, you just come right ahead. If you want to,
just type.
Yeah,
just type right in,
and we will listen to you because we love
will
people.
Read it and love it because we love this game.
Oh no, read it and love it. Sorry, I got it mixed up. So which game? 99 Vidas.
We're still talking about
99 Vidas. I know that we went through a couple different old games, but it ties into the old games. It does. The gameplay of this is so smooth and really well made, where if you do like side scrollers, it's great. Plus, I don't think this is like a huge studio, and one of the things that kind of sucks when a game is coming from a smaller studio is just kind of a lack of like online support, because online is definitely harder to do. This game does have online. It has online and local, so me and Andrew could actually play together.
Won't happen because Michael doesn't like playing with.
We played Monster Hunter.
Okay, here's another quick Monster Hunter diversion. Monster Hunter is a multiplayer first single player game. It's a multiplayer game that is single player oriented. That's why you play with us. It's because you can tolerate it, because it's really not about the multiplayer experience. But I digress.
Yeah, you did. You're just trying to make me feel bad. you're not.
I do. You should.
Plus, we still got to play Moon Hunters. Whatever.
Well, I'm down whenever you are, Mike.
Wow.
I just slam
throw
things
down.
down.
That shit. Okay, fine. I get it.
down.
I get it.
Mic drop.
No, your mic is on an arm. You can't drop your mic if it's.
It's suspended, Michael. You don't. I'm not here to explain.
Anti-gravity mic drop. That's what I'm doing.
Mike, I don't have time to explain science to you.
Obviously, because you don't know science. But what was I talking about? 99 Vidas and how smooth it is.
And the multiplayer function.
The multiplayer function. So you can do multiplayer. I actually went to do multiplayer last night. There was like 2 people playing, and I joined somebody's room, and I stood there for 15 minutes, and nothing happened. But we can play. We can arrange it, so we could do that.
Yeah.
So we'll play later. It's nice that you can have the multiplayer online. When you go and you die and you get like a game over, you can continue from the beginning of the board. The problem is you start off with as many lives you had at the beginning of that board and your points. So if you only had 1 life, then you will only have 1 life for that entire board. So the first time you play this game, if you don't know that, you will eventually just screw yourself. Be like, shit, I can't actually go further in the game because I only have 1 life and I can't get to the end of the board. And I can't get good because I don't have my golden weapon. So thanks, Maria, for that.
Thanks, Maria.
Thanks. But when you go and you start a new game, yeah. But when you go and you start when you start a new game, though, you lose your score, you lose your extra lives, but you keep your bonuses. So if you keep playing as the same character, you can kind of like progress through the game, keep your upgrades, and start over from the beginning. So it's not a game where you have to completely reset everything. The other thing I'm really enjoying about the game is that the game isn't filled with like 4 models and constant palette swaps. Like every different area will have like 1 or 2 new models, and then they get palette swapped. But you do keep getting new models and new enemies for things, which is that's probably like one of the most annoying things just about like older games. Like, how many times did you have to fight like P Duck and T Duck and K Duck
and Duck Duck
and Duck Duck and everything else? And
there's always a guy with. Do you remember like the old thing where it's the huge mohawk guy with the 2 shaved side of his head?
Yeah.
There's always a guy that's like shaved head and mohawk that goes like up to here.
Yep, they have that in this game. And it's awesome.
I love it. I love it because that's like the quintessential bad guy.
One of the small things I love about this game though is like the mohawk guy, even though he's just like a regular enemy. I haven't gotten up to mohawk guy boss yet, and I'm hoping there is one. Whenever an enemy falls down and he's getting up, they do have an animation. So the guys with the mohawk, when they're getting up, between being on the ground and getting up, they're invulnerable. I believe they're invulnerable. So he's like combing his hair. There's Alice, who looks like this real brolic chick with a bunny rabbit, and she cries when she's getting up. But my favorite are the soccer players. Did you notice those guys?
No.
So the soccer players.
Tell me more.
There you go. Hey.
There you go. Hey.
I'm sorry.
Guys, welcome QuByte Games. Welcome, guys.
QuByte? Yeah, real.
Qubits.
There we go. I was just about to bring up the soccer players. So this is great. All the enemies, when they're getting up, they have a little thing, just a little animation. The soccer players are calling for like a penalty.
Yes.
You have to watch this.
You know what that is, Michael. I'm very impressed.
I've watched. Okay. Because I did watch a couple videos on like the difference between like male soccer players and female soccer players, where you see
is
like
the crying.
The women's soccer players, they're like rugby players. They're tough as hell. Meanwhile, like the male soccer players, they're just always calling for penalties and everything. Biggest babies. It's ridiculous. And that was like beautiful. So you guys did a great job of like those guys calling for penalties. Plus, by the way, I also hate them because they slide kick me all the time and they suck.
Well, Mike, it's called difficulty.
No, you know what? Cater to me. Cater to me. And if you guys
I'm surprised you even know what a soccer player is, Mike. I'm just so impressed by your sports knowledge. Sports Corner with Michael. Michael needs to play.
I can't even make a joke about the sports.
Michael needs to play a 2D side scroller game to even remotely come close to sports.
I loved NHL 94.
That was a great game.
That was phenomenal. That was wonderful. And Joe Montana.
That was a game of pattern. Is if you knew the pattern, you scored every time. And if you're off a little bit, you never scored.
No. But that's Genesis games. What are you gonna do? I like 94 because you had the glitch where you can go and skate in the crowd during a penalty.
Yeah,
that was fun. Right. That was the best part about this. But I'll tell you one of the things I don't like about 99 Vidas is usually your life counter. And I was trying to explain this to Andrew before.
Yeah, I still don't get it.
So when you're playing a game and it's like, this is by a heart, so it's like 5 hearts. So it means you have 5 lives. And usually it's like, okay, I have 5 lives left. So when it says like one life left, I'm like, okay, I can die one more time and then that's it. But no, this is your final life, and that screwed me up.
I get it. So you want the 0 life.
Yes. You
want the actual thing that says 0, meaning there is no more after this.
Yes.
So it's like you have you're basically arguing like, okay, we go on 3. Is it 3, 2, 1 or 3, 2, 1 and we go? That's your issue right now.
That was it. I got used to it. But the first time it did screw me up a little bit, where it's just like, you know, can we go on 1?
You want to go on 0. You want to go on 0.
Yes, I want to go on 0.
You don't want to go on 1.
Because my life is nothing and I relate to 0.
If we did a countdown, Mike, you don't want to go on 1. You want to go 3, 2, 1, go, not 3, 2, go.
Well, where's 1?
The one you go on 1.
So it would be like 3, 2, 1.
And that's when you.
And then you go.
Yeah, when you say 1, you go.
But that's weird. Like I would rather go on.
Instead of saying 1.
It's 99 lives, not 99 extra. Okay, well you started with 5.
I love how we're arguing semantics now.
Well, okay, it's a thing where it shows you how many lives you have, not how many lives you have remaining.
Okay.
You get it? It's like, how much money do I have in the bank? That actually makes less sense. Actually, guys, this is a
bug. You're right. No, don't tell Mike he's right. No,
I'm right. Andrew,
show's over. Show's fucking over.
I'm right. Someone.
This is bullshit. I'm calling my agent.
Tori, I'm right. For once in my life. I'm pretty sure whoever my neighbors are on the other side of this wall, they know I'm right.
I'm glad you won this battle, Mike, but the war's not over.
Show's over, guys. Have a great night.
Boy Toy Rage / debug special.
Just saying, if you guys need games debugged, let me know. I'll complain about everything. That is my specialty. Having a late night podcast next to a neighbor. Oh,
I don't even know who my neighbors are.
First of all, Andrew, it doesn't matter about Andrew because Andrew is obviously in a big city and you can hear horns and sirens. I am in a rural part of North Carolina and there's like no sound going on. Like if someone, like, I don't know, sneezes, you'll hear it down the road almost. Like that's ridiculous. It's that. I also have to upvote this. Yeah, you're right. That's a must. It's a must do. But I'm not that far in 99 Vidas. But I have to say, like, the hitboxes feel great. The game is super freaking smooth.
I like how your wrists are the same size as your biceps.
It's because I work out my really? Oh, this looks weird. This is like 2 extra fists. You know what this reminds me of?
You know what you look like? You look like the guy from Super Smash Brothers where the hands are all over the place.
I thought I looked like a VR. Does this look like VR? Where it's just like hands just floating in the air?
Oh, I have another topic for after this then.
Okay.
But 99 Vidas, if you're a side-scroller brawler fan, this is it. I'm telling you, now, I love these types of games.
Get it?
I really do.
if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you have zero reason. First of all, you should be downloading every single game, or at least adding it to your library, every single game, every single month. Is it 99 Vidas is a Brazilian podcast here in Brazil? Really?
Oh, I was
this? Are the people in the game the people who do the podcast?
Are you?
Ooh.
What? All right, so 99 Vidas is also a podcast.
That makes sense.
I like how you say it's a Brazilian podcast in Brazil, opposed to like a French podcast in Brazil.
Are you saying that, well, why wouldn't? Are you saying that Brazil can't have?
I mean,
French
we're a
podcasts?
Canadian podcast in America, so it's fine.
99vidas.com.brazil. There you go, guys. You should go to that website. But it makes sense because the other language this is in is Portuguese. So I'm guessing. Oh,
it makes so much more sense now.
Andrew, I don't know if this happened to you. I'm playing the game. These are some pretty soundproof headphones.
Did you start doing capoeira?
Can you do capoeira? Is there a capoeira person? Nope. Don't tell me. I need to unlock my own characters.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have to do this. But if this happened to you, these are. It's very hard for me to hear other sounds when I'm wearing these headphones and they're turned on.
Okay.
I was playing the game and I was playing as one of the girls, obviously, and the controller it made noise. Like I died, and she's like, "Oh no!" and it scared the shit out of me. Like I'm going crazy. Like, what the hell is going on? Where is this noise coming from? And my controller is making
your
sounds.
Horror game. This is your horror
That was
game.
my horror game. It scared the crap out of me because I thought my controllers were turned off, they were muted, but they weren't. And I was playing this at like midnight, and I just like nearly shit myself. And
you know what? QuByte Games, can we have a game at the Toy Rage podcast game?
What the hell would we do?
Oh, it's easy. I cook and you eat.
Wow, Nightingale, that's rude as shit. She
that's
says, what would we do?
bullshit.
Nothing. Wow.
Or it would be like a Clarence beat 'em up game.
That's what I did in my stream. Yeah, that is. See, Frodo would cook and I would eat.
It would be Clarence and Layla. You would. It's like The Last of Us, except one player plays as the dog and one player plays as Clarence, and it's like a survival game.
Ooh, that sounds boring.
What?
First of all, Clarence can't be controlled.
What are you talking about?
He gets out of his cage.
I'm pretty sure Clarence is very easily manipulated.
Clarence gets out of his cage all the time. All the time.
I'm saying you play like a survival game, like escape the farm with Clarence and Layla, and like Layla actually knows the way out, but Clarence doesn't speak the dog's language. It's brilliant. It's like Brain from what is it? Inspector Gadget. You know, Brain and Penny.
Yeah.
Like the dog is more brilliant than Inspector Gadget. You have Layla, who's more in tune of what's going on than Clarence.
Did you ever play MDK2?
Or a Netflix show? Either or.
Did you ever play MDK2?
MDK?
You're a space janitor in a super suit?
Yeah. I briefly remember that shitty game.
How great would it be if when Layla got, or if they redid that game with just Clarence would be the janitor, Layla would be the smoking dog who has 4 arms and has all these guns, and I don't know, Anime Taxi Driver could be the doctor.
Brilliant.
Let's done.
Get him on board.
QuByte.
All right, good.
Work on it. We'll
I'm
send
glad
you,
that
we'll
we
send you guys
created
some
a game
images. We'll do that stuff.
Got it.
Also,
we'll send you some specs, QuByte.
Yeah. 99 Vidas, you can also check it. It is on PC. It is on Steam. So add it to your wish list if you want to get it on sale, but it's not that expensive. It's $13. Again, it is free on PlayStation Network for this month, I believe. And if it's not, that is Andrew's fault and Dan's fault for not telling me right now. And I'm guessing you could probably get it on Xbox and maybe Switch.
Yeah. I don't know about Switch.
Does anyone know anything about Switch anymore? You could be a robot made out of cardboard. That's cool.
It's charging right now. I know that.
Wow. That's my favorite game. The charging game.
Yeah.
Right? Oh,
Irish to Irish Rosie.
wow, your microphone cut off mid yodel.
What?
Yeah, you're like,
Do I
yeah.
have to do it again?
You got to do it again.
To Irish Rosie.
See, are you guys hearing this? It cut off at the same part. You go like, yeah. It's the same point twice.
Do I do it again? Okay.
Yeah, I got to do it.
To Irish Rosie.
Same thing. Say, are you stopping on purpose?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe you have to get a little bit farther from the microphone. Yeah, the microphone is saving us. So good.
You mean preventing you from greatness, Nightingale? Don't be lying to everybody. I know your tricks.
Yeah. Do you? Do you though?
Hmm.
You know, it'd be great. You know, it'd be fun. We should get Caffeine to do 99 Vidas, or we should just play 99 Vidas on here one day. In fact, we could probably even, if we can, we could probably play with QuByte Studios if they're so kind enough. Just send me a message on the Twitters, or you can email Layla at toyrage.com.
It's Toyrage, Layla at toyrage.com. I need another drink.
Yeah, you do need another drink.
I'm more eloquent when I'm the further along I am.
Your eloquency is fantastic.
Eloquency. That's a good one, Jack Black.
You're welcome. I'm not comparing butt cheeks to see if we have tattoos, by the way, before this goes any further. You know what? Since T3 is here, I'm very curious about your emotions about this, Andrew. Venom trailer.
Ooh. Let me go get a drink and you introduce this. Because I need a drink for this.
I mean, I don't know what introduction there would be other than we watched the Venom trailer. Did anyone else actually see the Venom trailer? The second Venom trailer, the one that was released, I think, yesterday, where you actually see Venom. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Is it really gonna suck? I don't know if it's gonna suck. But I already just have like a couple like issues about it. So I personally, I don't really care too much about like origin type of movies, but the way that Venom was, I know you love Tom Hardy, Nightingale. You are I'm surprised you don't have a Tom Hardy shirt or a Tom Hardy onesie. So the way that Venom was created, and T3, of course, correct me if I'm wrong with this, is the symbiote suit was originally used by SpiderMan, and the reason why. Oh yeah, where is Layla? Oh,
so
obviously
angry.
That's the important parts. Just a brief history on Venom. The one thing that makes Venom is that Peter Parker really screwed up.
You don't know the origin of Venom. I know the origin.
Sure. Tell me the origin. You don't know the origin of Venom? You know the origin of Venom.
Oh, I almost have a complete collection of shitty Marvel redo of Venom. I mean, I went from Lethal Protector all the way to Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but we're not going to go there.
Okay, no.
I just proved how much of a nerd I am.
Save that for T3's show. So one of the big things when it comes to Venom is, so the symbiote suit was originally had by Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and Spider-Man enjoyed it at first. Peter Parker enjoyed it at first, but then he saw the aggression and everything in the Venom suit, and he went and got rid of the symbiote suit by kind of bringing it to like a church bell. There's Layla. Bring it to a church bell and just like driving the symbiote suit just like mad and just had to get away with it. Peter Parker also screwed over Eddie Brock, and the symbiote suit found Eddie Brock, and their hatred kind of bonded them because symbiote suit hated Spider-Man, Eddie Brock hated Peter Parker, and with this, it's like in the trailer it says anti-hero, and it looks like there's absolutely, it looks like Eddie Brock is just a hero in this trailer, and like always a good guy.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on the trailer.
Yeah, like I don't need to have like an origin movie of this, but and Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong, same thing with T3, or anyone else who wants to chime in, please. The origin of Venom with Eddie Brock is so important to the character. And if that doesn't exist, then it's really just one of those like bad video game movies where they're like, they take the idea of the character, but then they just make some crazy bullshit up. Like
the reason why Venom was such a interesting villain for Spider-Man, or just a villain in general, is because both Eddie Brock and the symbiote both hated Spider-Man equally.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they joined up is why they are the perfect symbiote match.
Yeah.
That's why Venom, like,
he's
there's
so
always
much
that, like,
than Spider-Man.
that's no, well, that's why Eddie Brock and the symbiote never really have conflicting ideas, right? It's never a struggle between Eddie Brock and Venom, or Venom and Eddie Brock. It's because they were already such a perfect match for each other, and that's why the struggle between their like, who's the more dominant like entity in that relationship doesn't really happen.
No.
Because they're both almost after the same thing.
They're soulmates.
They are.
Pretty much. And that's why, like, the symbiote and Spider-Man were so conflicted, because Spider-Man wanted to do a lot of just pure good things, and he didn't want to go and really push people or be like hyper aggressive like the symbiote suit did. And the symbiote suit was starting to just make him more aggressive and more angry, and he didn't like that at all. Where meanwhile, Eddie Brock is already super pissed about everything.
Oh, he is beyond pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, if you looked at his story, like the real Eddie Brock story, anybody would be pissed.
Yeah.
Like,
he got a shit hand given to him.
He got the shit hand given to him. Not saying that he didn't deserve it, but at the end of the day, he got the book thrown at him.
Yeah.
Probably harder than a lot of other people.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, it's actually really due to Peter Parker. Like, it's not even like, oh, it was some other guy. It was directly Peter Parker. Peter Parker did that shit to him.
The sad thing is, Spider-Man 3, the movie, seems to have a better, more accurate Venom origin story than this Venom movie.
Yeah.
Which is,
except they had Topher Grace and a Venom that didn't actually look like Venom or act like Venom.
No.
But
kind of like
here's the one thing I will say about the new Venom trailer that I'm happy about. It looks like the actual character is much closer to the comic books than the previous, meaning how it looks, mm-hmm. how it fights, how it just the mannerisms that it uses, like the character movements look very similar, or a very good interpretation of what the comic book intended.
Yeah. Which
is very important.
Yeah. And Glory,
in my opinion,
we're talking about the Venom trailer that came out,
yes.
and just our impressions of that with the Venom, and relating that to the comic itself. But no, like, the fight scenes, I thought were fantastic. Just like the CG with it, the way that the Venom suit was attacking, because it's very aware of its surroundings and it's very reactionary. Where the host won't know what's going on. It's just the symbiote that does things, and so that was awesome. I thought that was cool. I thought, like, the end scene of, like, we are Venom, I thought that was really cool. But it's just the way that the story is kind of like presenting itself has, like,
I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if it's the case because the movie hasn't come out.
No.
But if you are separating Venom's origin story from Spider-Man, you're making a flawed character.
Which they are, because if you see, I don't really know how this is. It's not spoilers. It's just a trailer. So you got this, like, super bad dude, corporate guy who looks like he's from Slumdog Millionaire, who has the symbiote suits, or they've been doing tests with the symbiote suits. And by the way they say symbiote, am I pronouncing it wrong, or are they pronouncing it wrong? 'Cause she is really emotional when she says symbiote or something like that.
It's a symbiote.
Right? So it looks like they're doing the tests. This woman who's kind of worried about what her company is doing with it gets Eddie Brock, who's an investigative reporter, which is very clear, which is what he, kind of is. And he's trying to get her into the company. She brings him in, but I don't know, something happens, and then like he gets the suit eventually. But during the whole thing, there is like zero mention of Spider-Man during it. So
And that's also why it doesn't make sense, because the reason why Venom has all of those sort of attributes is because it's traces of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like his trait.
The suit figured out how to make webbing from Spider-Man.
Right.
If the suit never bonded with Spider-Man,
then you have Carnage.
Yes. You have Carnage. Just pure, but Carnage was part of Venom. Right?
Carnage was
like Venom.
I have to actually remember this because
Brock and Carnage, I forgot, Cassidy. Brock and Cassidy were in the same jail cell. The symbiote suit found Brock, broke out. Cassidy got hurt during the escape, and it's part of the suit was there. The suit went into Cassidy's bloodstream and
I have to look that up because I'm not sure if Venom was it direct. It could have been.
Yeah.
He could have been the offspring of Venom. I'm not sure. I honestly don't remember.
That's what I remember from the Maximum Carnage book. We're talking about if Carnage. What I remember, Carnage was made from part of Venom's suit.
Or was it
direct spawn?
He was a direct spawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if Carnage was his own symbiote and didn't come from Venom's, then Carnage wouldn't be able to have like some of Spider-Man powers from it. This baby. But that's the thing. So
I still think Carnage is one of the best Venom villains of all time.
Carnage is, he's so good.
He's
Carnage
one of the. I don't care what he is. He is the Joker of the Marvel universe.
He really is. He's so good.
Mic
okay,
drop.
so I don't know too much about Carnage other than like Maximum Carnage. I do know that just from the way he likes to fight, he likes to have a symbiote do more like just bladed weapons and things like that, where Brock and Venom are just more like just powerhouses from that. But just going back to the point, Venom wouldn't have the similarities of Spider-Man if the suit never went with Spider-Man first. So the question is, in the movie, is Venom just going to be a symbiote suit? Where, I mean, the suit will make you stronger, but the reason why Venom is so strong is because it got a lot of the strength from Spider-Man. It learned how to do the webbing from Spider-Man, right? Isn't it? Nope, wrong tab. What am I doing? Yeah, the webbing.
Yeah,
and didn't you also get the spider
I don't know.
sense?
There's so much yes, no's, and I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I mean, here's the thing. I'm excited and I'm not excited for this movie because I think they're taking very liberal interpretations of the Eddie Brock story, which I don't know if I agree with, but I've said that before, and they do it anyway. They're not going to listen. They're not going to listen to this podcast and you say, you know what, you're right. We need to bring Spider-Man to this movie. I don't think they're going to do that. They're just going to do whatever they want. And the other thing is, I think my other theory is that they're setting this up so Eddie Brock does not keep the suit, and it goes to what's his face, Flash Thompson, because that's currently what the current Venom in the comic book is. It's no longer Eddie, it's Flash.
T3 makes a good point though. Like I too am a little bit interested to see how it goes, but I'm like nervously interested. He's saying Crusader Eddie instead of sleaze journalist Eddie, because that's kind of like, it was part of his charm. He was just a sleazy guy, who was trying to get ahead. But now he just seems like this, like, justice do-gooder investigator type.
There was a run of comics called Lethal Protector,
okay, where
he was the quintessential anti-hero.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he killed. There was a lot of death, but he aimed all that aggression and stuff towards the seedy parts of of the civilization.
See,
But
I
he
know
still ate brains.
that's the
Still
crazy
ate
part
brains.
about comics. There's so many different retellings of stories, where the things like I'm used to growing up, since I haven't read, like from 2005 to 2015, like really comics of any type. The amount of different like reiterations of stories, I'm not aware of like any of this. So I don't know.
But Mike, you saw the first iterations of Lethal Protector, though. You actually did read it, and it's in Maximum Carnage.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Venom and Spider-Man team up.
Yeah.
Because he saw a greater danger with
Yeah.
the symbiote spawns.
No, I don't. Venom is not like a pure villain where he's trying to just do like terrible. Venom just hates Spider-Man. Like he's just a Spider-Man.
He
villain.
hates Spider-Man so much that he doesn't care what is in its way to accomplish killing Spider-Man.
But he's not stupid and blind by like that type of like idiotic rage.
Because if he,
for example, Jessica Jones, just
why'd you say her name?
Because it's a perfect. It makes.
You're
perfect
just starting
sense.
shit. You're just starting shit.
That's the show, folks. That's where we're ending it. No, we're not. God, ending it with the comic book stuff. I like when T3 is here because it makes me want to talk more about comics and then make everyone realize how stupid I am. They're distancing Venom from the MCU. That would make sense that Sony is doing that because even though this is an association with Marvel, what people still have to remember is Spider-Man and those characters, Sony owns the rights to them, not Marvel. So Sony has to kind of keep things a little bit separate with it. Spider-Man and when we saw Civil War together, I think, Andrew.
Yeah.
And it was huge to see Sony and Marvel's logo at the beginning because for years they would not work together. I think Sony wanted to have like more money and everything, and they just couldn't come to an agreement. Where finally they're like, "Look, our Spider-Man suck. We need help, so we'll work with you." Along those lines, I believe.
I don't know where to separate him from Spider-Man. I think is a huge mistake.
I do too. Was there ever a reiteration of Venom where there was no Spider-Man?
No.
Right? He was always part of Spider. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
That they're always connected.
Yeah.
The only difference is they did this. What they're doing now is T3. You have to correct me if I'm wrong because I am so not well versed in this current iteration of Venom because I really don't care. I thought they ruined him, but Flash Thompson gains Venom, and so the story is like he went to war. This is later, right? So Flash Thompson post college, right? Mm-hmm. He became a soldier. He lost use of his legs, gained the symbiote, regained use of his leg. And now he works as a SHIELD agent because he's basically militarized, which I thought bastardized the character a little. But I mean, you know what it is? There's a lot of people out there. And here's the I'm a huge Venom fan. Like I said, I think I'm 6 comics away from having the complete original Venom run of comic books, like the original, not the Flash Thompson shit. I'm talking about right now. I mean, before it, not right now.
There's a Venom Space Knight.
Anyway,
please. Anyway, continue with please.
I'm going to disregard that. That's, please. But there's so many Venom fans out there that want him to be a hero, and it's wrong. Venom is a great anti-hero. He's a serious Deadpool. He's one of those characters that totes the line, and you need him to be a good guy and he'll be a good guy when he absolutely needs to be a good guy. But other than that, he is himself and his interests first. and now they changed him into this military weapon thing so they can make him a hero. And it frankly, to me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense anymore because the whole point of that symbiote was to accentuate the almost the animalistic tendencies of whoever the host is. And now it's not because he's tame. I don't like the idea of a tame Venom. I like the idea of a Venom that can go off the fucking rail.
It seems stupid. I don't know.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And you can throw it in the garbage, but that's fine.
My opinion is that they should scrap this Venom movie and make Space Knight Venom from scratch right now.
They should just skip right to Maximum Carnage.
They should. Oh, that would be fantastic. Do you think they'll ever do Maximum Carnage?
If they do, they'll ruin it.
I know. That would be so. It would be so.
Spider-Man: Web of Shadows would be. They tried to do it with Spider-Man 3, but they should really try it again. I think now that they have, Marvel has a little bit more control over it. I think it would be really cool to try to reintroduce Dark Suit Spider-Man. Yeah. I think it would be really cool to see what they do with it. But who knows? Like I said, they don't listen to us.
No.
But
Andrew,
they don't listen to the person that's always right.
I'm always right. I'm a comic book fan on Toy Rage.
Yeah.
Listen to Toy Rage.
The voice of comic books forever.
We need to follow my opinion. It's the truth. It's not an opinion. It's fact. Mr. Vegetable says, I think this Venom is like the Death Note movie in terms of fidelity.
Please don't ever compare. I don't want Venom and Death Note to ever be in the same sentence, especially if you're talking about that stupid fucking Netflix movie. That movie goes straight into the garbage. That is a 99-cent bin movie.
But a bunch of symbiotes is what I want to see. That would be good. But again, that's going to be down the line for when they do like multiple Venom symbiote suits. Like this Venom movie has to do phenomenal for them to really consider additional symbiote movies.
Do we know if this is like their attempt? Oh, we have to make another Spider-Man, or we have to make a Venom movie, or else we lose to it, type of a thing.
It might be, because that's why they had to do the Fantastic Four. No, is that even part of their contract? That's a good thing to look up. If you lose the rights if you don't make a movie within this amount of time, an animated movie.
I don't know.
Venom is part of the Spider-Man rights.
Then they're just making a shitty movie. Then great, can't wait.
Do you like Tom Hardy?
You know what? I've come to realize that I really don't like the majority of the stuff he's in. I really don't.
I don't either.
I don't know why.
Like even when I'm watching the trailer, it seems like his voice is just off from what he's saying. Like he's just dubbing himself again.
I'm trying to think of like a Tom Hardy. Someone just starts spewing out Tom Hardy movies.
Dark Knight, Inception.
No. I don't even Inception. Like he wasn't. I don't really consider him like the pivotal point of Inception. I'm talking about like Tom Hardy movies. Like, okay, Mad Max. I liked him in Mad Max, but he didn't talk. Maybe that's it. I need Tom Hardy just not talking. He's like my Keanu Reeves.
Oh, I hope. Wait, what do you mean?
Except
he's like Reeves?
But here's the thing: I want Keanu to talk because his delivery is always the same, and it's always so epic and profound. Like he could say the simplest things, like "These eggs are cold," and it's like, whoa, he's so profound. But like Tom Hardy says it, and you're like, did he just chew on shit and just say something?
I don't know. But I think that's one of the things because he's not. Even though he's Mad Max, like No,
And there
hate me
goes
for
our
this.
Tom Hardy sponsorship.
Sorry. Or no, our Christopher Nolan sponsorship. Christopher Nolan loves Tom Hardy. There goes our
Ugh.
Tori sponsor. Tori loves Tom Hardy. There goes me. Crap.
Whatever.
Got more room in that apartment. I'm gonna be moving in pretty soon, I think. Anything else? I think we did a lot today. Does anyone else have?
I think we hit the notes tonight.
Yeah.
I think we hit the things that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Next
Thank you,
week.
Newlywed.
Next week I know a lot of people are anticipating this, but next week we will get back to our continued saga of My Hero Academia talk. Yes, it is back and it's brighter than ever.
And is the only
And
anime
next
we're
week,
gonna talk about.
and next week we will be bringing it back. That is on our agenda. We just didn't have it time for it this week, but next week.
Yeah, that's it. We didn't have time for it this week. We just ran out of time for the show.
We
That's
just
the
ran
only
out of time.
reason.
That's the only reason, Mike.
Yep.
Thank you, Michael.
You see this?
Yeah, I do see it, Mike.
See this? These are Tori's All Might socks. Oh, not having a network issue.
Maybe T3. I don't know. I may have to work, but I gotta make a living because, like I said, this is a non-for-profit organization, meaning we make no profit.
Well, we sold a shirt. Well,
We
that's not
sold
really
a shirt.
profit. Yeah. I'll send you your $3 later.
Thanks, man.
Make sure you follow suit. What time? T3. Are you East Coast? I think he's
West
East
Coast?
East Coast,
Mid
West
Coast?
Coast, Mid Coast, Central.
Central
It's a
Coast.
weird coast. So right now it's 10 o'clock. So what does that mean? It's like 8 o'clock for you right now, or is it 9 o'clock? It's coming up to 9. Okay.
I don't know, Michael. I don't know about that, Michael.
What do you mean you don't?
I don't know.
Look, it's not my business.
So next week we will have some My Hero Academia talk. What else? What else is? We had some other things that we wanted to talk.
I didn't talk about East Coast Game Conference.
Yeah, we can get into that.
Just want to show you something real quick. They when you go to the East Coast Game Conference, they give you a bag with some advertisements and everything in there. Domino's.
Now we know where Mike's head's at. He goes to a video game conference and his focus is on cheap delivery pizza. Great.
No, that's just what they gave you. It's very effective.
I
feel like I should order pizza now.
What else? What else is on our? We don't know. I don't
Maybe
know
God of
what
War, else. Moon Hunters will play. I still have two other keys for Moon Hunter, so maybe we'll try to get people to play. Maybe if Frodo's around, we'll try to get her.
I forgot. We had one more topic we had to talk about tonight, Michael.
What?
So today I ordered myself a bidet.
Yes, Andrew. And how do you feel?
I'm so excited. I'm really excited to get my. I got one of these like these Japanese like toilet seats that does everything. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait, T3. I can't wait.
My question
comes with a remote control.
Andrew,
I have a remote control toilet seat, Michael.
I have an important question for you.
Yes.
Will this mean you will no longer use the squatty potty?
It's in conjunction with the squatty potty.
So the squatty potty will still be used?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But now I have a device that is like a Mr. Clean on my bumhole.
Is this because of the time you spent at Lloyd's? Or no?
What did I do at Lloyd's?
Lloyd has one.
A bidet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does have a bidet.
Yeah,
I used it once.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was really jealous.
Wow. Well, you know what? I think it's a great time to end the podcast.
It even heats the water when it squirts up your bum.
Okay, so
and has an air dryer, Mike.
Good news
it dries your bum.
Everyone should go and check out our go to Teespring.
And the seat heats up. So when you're sitting on the toilet seat, Mike, it warms your buns.
I never thought I'd say I miss Clarence.
Michael.
No. Okay. Hi, Clarence.
Michael, Andrew just installed the water fountain in the toilet bowl. It's great.
It's not a water fountain.
But Michael comes straight out of the toilet bowl.
Does it have
Like
a night? Does it have
like
a
a
nightlight?
wonderful statue.
Does it have a nightlight, Clarence?
It actually does have a light.
It does.
It's really cool.
You know what? You should just link it to me in Discord. All right,
I
just
can't
do
wait.
that. Just do
It's
that.
called the smart bidet.
Smart bidet. That's what I need. I need a smart bidet.
You really do, Mike. You got me a squatty potty. I think you need to step up your toilet game and go straight to the smart bidet.
Remember when I got you squatty potty and you're like, "Is this what I think it is?" And I said no, and then it was exactly what you thought it was.
Yeah, it was exactly the right dimensions. I didn't even have
think I
to
know
open
what
it.
this is.
I know exactly what this is.
I said no, you don't, and he did because it was a squatty potty.
So, next week I will give you all a review of my new bidet.
Please do. They have some stuff on auction. I buy stuff from. Well, I see that Irish Rose also loves her bidet, and
Yeah,
you know,
see?
everyone should get a bidet.
Everybody should get a bidet.
Everyone should also go
Hey,
check us out.
get a bidet.
Go look up Toy Rage on Teespring, Teespring. That's where we're selling some shirts. Please go there.
Yes, please support the podcast.
Definitely go within the next. If you guys go on Thursday, I will post this. Hopefully, we'll be getting our Clarence shirts up on Thursday, latest.
Yeah.
Clarence and Anime Taxi Driver.
Yeah,
both
we
will
have
be
2
going up.
shirts coming out.
Yes, and it'd be awesome if people wore them like me. I should probably do that. Other than that, if you're watching the podcast right now, please follow us, twitter.com/toyrage. No, that's up. Yep, there you go. Twitter.com/toyrage, Facebook.com/toyrage. Twitter is where we do most of our updates. QuByte Studios found us there, and thank you guys so much if you're still here for watching.
Thanks
Love that
for showing
interviews.
up, guys. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, you should do a game about us, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
It's
saying.
called Mike Eats a Pie.
You'll never guess what happens in that game.
We have tons of game ideas.
It's one of them is about this
it-
arch druid named Bottle Rum.
Okay, we have a game where you have to aim the bidet at someone's butthole.
Okay, so
to give
moving
them
on,
an
there's
enema.
also Instagram.com/ToyRage Andrew's in charge of that. It was updated 2 years ago. YouTube.com. If you guys want to see the podcast again, listen to the podcast, you can always go there.
Or you want to share with your friends,
Please
let them know we're
Yes.
there.
Yeah, go follow us there. Like and subscribe. That would be phenomenal if you did. Smash that like button, like H3 told
Smash
you
it.
to. And other than that,
Press it like it's hot.
yes, press it like it's hot.
Press it like it's hot.
And if you guys are watching this, listening to this on YouTube, leave a comment below about like topics you want us to talk about because we're always looking for more topics
Like
and everything
smart
like that.
bidets.
Like smart bidets. Really?
I'm glad you can agree with me, Michael.
Sure. Also, QuByte, if you guys want to tell us what that number means in the middle of your game, because we think it's either a timer or how many people are left or how many kills you have. We're not exactly sure. Let us know. No matter what, it's probably easier to figure out than the Veil, which I might have turned on the other day. But that's not important.
You jerk.
That's not important.
See what he does? He saves it till the end to press the Veil button, and he loves it. It's the best movie ever created.
I love pressing the Veil button. It's so good. So please, guys, check us out there. Follow us, like us, subscribe to us, share with your friends. Because if you guys have friends that share with us, that means like we have more friends. And if they have 2 friends and they share with 2 friends, Andrew and I will still only have 2 friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they stay our friends, that's like huge.
Yeah,
All
huge. Mr. Vegetables,
also,
you're a friend.
If you are an audio only listener,
Oh,
yes, we still cater to your needs.
we do.
We
Where
do.
Where did we cater them at?
Spreaker and the iTunes podcast app.
Yes.
You can find us on both of those. And believe it or not, we also have an app, the Toy Rage app.
Yes.
And
You
it's
go to
on
Play Store.
it's on the iTunes store and the Google Play Store,
Yeah.
which will have all of our podcasts and the ability to give us some live feedback.
Yeah. That's this is what the app looks like. It's a giant white screen. There you go. Toy Rage. Episodes.
And has all our past episodes, even the infamous John Daly episode.
Oh, guys, you have to listen to the John Daly episode, wherever that is. My Hero John Daly, episode 11. That is actually our last audio-only podcast. So please go check that out. You can also check out, I think it's episode 5, where you found out I was adopted, and then you freaked out. So that's fine too.
Because Michael's a bad friend, but it's fine.
You mean you were okay with like finding out other things about other friends, but no, that's the. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Yeah, we're gonna do great things. We're gonna do.
We'll work it out one day.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to do anything with us, like QuByte Studios or T3, we're definitely gonna work something out with you because you're awesome. And we'll check you guys later. Andrew, any last words of advice?
I'm making carnitas, and I wish I could share it with the world.
You're still making carnitas?
It's 16 hours of slow roasting, my friend.
Are you using a crock pot?
Oh, a slow cooker, my friend.
Well, guys, I gotta go then because I need to get my slow cooker in order. Have a good night, everybody.
Slow cooker on.
Andrew, sing us out.
Sing us out?
Or just, well, that's usually...
Bye!